Hello and welcome to Gondor Calls for Ale's YouTube channel. I am Sam Gallagher.
And I am Ben Gallagher.
And we are back with another battle report in Middle-earth.
Yes, that's right. This time we are venturing just east of the Misty Mountains for a little birds on bears action.
You know what they say, a bird in the hand is worth a bear in the bush. Yes, so the Eagles soar their way onto the channel and the bears roar their way onto the channel?
Onto the channel, absolutely. Yes, they definitely do. Eagles and bears and
oh my.
Oh my. And so, heirlooms, oh my. There we go.
Yeah, so we'll be playing a 650-point game of heirlooms of ages past, where I'll be bringing the Eagles.
And I will be bringing the belligerent Beornings. Clearly, spring has just come to the lands east of the Misty Mountains, and nothing starts you better after a long hibernation, Sam, than an egg sandwich. So the Beornings have gone out ahead of the bears waking up. Beorn and Grimbeorn still sleeping in. The Beornings have gone out and they've got themselves some great eagle eggs to make the best breakfast sandwich you can possibly imagine. Clearly, though, this is no trifling matter, no yoking matter, in fact, for Gwaihir, the Windlord, is not joking around. He's coming to reclaim his eggs, which is why we're playing Heirlooms of Ages Past, because the Beornings, sensing that the birds were coming, have buried the eggs. So we're going to be a little Easter egg hunt in the Misty Mountains.
Very good. Well, we'll be back after that glorious narrative. We'll be back to show you the armies and show you the table.
But before we do, Sam, cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Wouldn't be Gondor Calls for Ale without the ale.
That's right. Have a great game.
If you've been enjoying our videos, please give this video a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It's free and it helps us quite a lot. It helps YouTube push our glorious content to other unaware viewers.
That's right. It helps us spread the word of Gondor Calls for Ale.
And if you would like to leave us a comment, it's so nice to hear from everyone. We try and get back to each and every one of them.
If you're looking for extra Gondor Calls for Ale content, more of our sultry voices and silly opinions, look no further than our companion podcast, Gondor Calls for Ale. You can find it here on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, or anywhere else you might find podcasts.
And if you want to go that extra mile as the eagle flies, you can consider joining our Patreon. We've got a wide range of tiers. Well, we've got a range of tiers with some exciting, hopefully interesting rewards. It's truly what enables us to make these videos, keeps the lights on, the camera rolling, and the beer flowing. We appreciate every single one of our Patreons, past, present, and future, but no pressure.
If you want to join our growing community, we are on Discord. There's a link for that in the description of this video. Hop on, chat with us and our friends and followers as we discuss all things Middle-earth.
Worth noting, the Patreon is also, a link to that is also in the description of the video. And now, I think no more waffling around. We're going to get back to the action. And here we have my army list. The Eagles, led, of course, by Gwaihir. He's no longer the Windlord, but I still know him as the Windlord. In his warband, there are 5 great Eagles. There we have it, 650 points. Super fast, super easy. But we do have some special rules for the Eagles. We have the Eagles are coming. Friendly Eagle models gain +1 bonus to their strength on the turn in which they charge. And then we have the Piercing Cry. Once per game, at the start of any move phase, Gwaihir can use this special rule so as long as he is alive and on the battlefield. If he does, then enemy models within 6 inches of Gwaihir cannot move during the move phase, but may otherwise act as normally. Or as normal, even. So there we have it, 650 points on the nose of the Eagles. If you need to delve deeply and analyze this list, you can, of course, see it in the description of this episode if I haven't made it quite clear enough for you.
Here are the belligerent forces of the Beornings, led, of course, by Beorn. In his warband, there are 5 Beornings with 2-handed weapons and 1 Beorning with a great bow. Next, we have Grimbeorn. In his warband, there are 5 Beornings with 2-handed weapons and 1 Beorning with great bow. And there it is, not quite as simple as the Eagles, but a pretty straightforward army list. For our special rules, we have great resilience. Whenever a friendly bear model suffers a wound, roll a d6. On a roll of a natural 6, the wound is ignored. We also have natural resistance. Friendly models gain the resistant to magic special rule, which will not come into play during this game. And finally, Ursine Fury. At the beginning of each move phase, before the declare heroic action step, you may roll a d6 for each friendly bear model you have on the battlefield. If any d6 roll of a natural 6 If any d6 rolls a natural 6, then for the duration of the turn, enemy models suffer a -1 courage, -1 penalty to any courage test they are required to make for trying to charge models with the Terror special rule. Stumbled through that one. There we have it, the Beornings ready to scramble some eggs and eat some birds. If you want to see the full breakdown of this army list, if you're a visual learner and want to see the full details, look no further than the description of this video. It will be posted below. Another beautiful board from the land of Arda, just east of the Misty Mountains, a little Beorning hamlet on the edge of the woods. And we, of course, are playing Heirloom of Ages Past. So we have 6 heirlooms. I've got a token in the middle of the board, which doesn't need to be there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heirlooms. This mission will end when one force has been reduced to 1/4 of its starting number. And we are trying to obviously find the heirloom. We also get victory points for flipping over the most heirloom markers. We're additionally trying to break each other, slay the enemy general, and have banners left at the end of the game, which neither of us will be scoring. This is a Maelstrom mission, so we will be walking in from the board edges, so no deployment. So there it is, our table, and we are ready for some priority.
No deployment in this game, so on to priority, where the Eagles have rolled a 1.
The Bears have also rolled a 1.
The Eagles have rolled another 1.
The Bears have rolled a 6.
All right, Ben, your choice.
I think I'm going to go first. Am I going to go first? Yes, I'm going to go first, I think, Sam.
Sure.
So my reasoning for going first, I think, is I want to be on the board quickly. I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong call. Anyway, here comes Beorn moving onto the board. Beorn has rolled a 5, which will be my choice east or west. So he will be coming in from the western board edge over here, I think. Unfortunately, he cannot become a bear on the turn that he arrives, but that is okay. And Grimbeorn has rolled a 2, Sam, which will be your choice. North or south, yes.
Obviously, Grimbeorn is defending the hamlet, and so let's put him right there.
Okay.
For my one and only warband, the only warband I need, I rolled a 5, so my choice east or west. I think we'll come in on the... no, we'll come in over here. We'll have a little fun. Flying in V-ish formation, the Eagle's movement is complete. Alas for Ben, his great bow was out of range, so we'll be back, or we are back, in fact, with another priority. I rolled a 1 again.
I have also rolled a 1, Sam.
I think I'm going to make you go first this time, Ben.
All right, sounds good to me. Okie dokie. Over here, Grimbeorn, a beautiful model, is going to leave the board and become a bear and go barreling over this way.
Over to the Eagles, where we've got an eagle. I guess we'll fly with this eagle. He will fly, and he will protect an egg. No egg to protect there. I think we're going to have this eagle fly and see if this is an egg. It is not.
I like this better than rolling. It's more exciting.
Yeah. And then Gwaihir will just fly to the edge of this wood.
Alrighty, I have 1 shot over here, Sam. We're going to take a shot at this eagle who dug up our false egg. We missed.
Okay. Into the combat phase, Ben, you have priority. Where would you like to go first?
All right, let's do this. 1 Beorning fighting 1 great eagle.
I have the 6.
All right, nothing I can do about that.
And I will kill you.
1 down. Next, 2 Beornings against 1 Great Eagle.
Where I have the 6 again. So this will be the first strike against that Beorning. I'll kill you.
I've got 2 wounds, right?
2 wounds, yep. Second strike against that Beorning, I will not. And then the final, I do kill that 1 Beorning.
This one is prone.
Into another turn of priority, where I've rolled a 6.
And I have a 3. I wanted that one, Sam. I wanted that one.
Well, I'm going to be taking it this turn, I think.
Well, I will call a move with Beorn. The bears don't normally have a might superiority, but this time they're going to enjoy it.
They sure do. Well, there's no point in me calling anything, so it will be over to your heroic move.
Well, the Beornings who just fought the Eagles are not within range of my heroic move. My other Beornings, I think, actually want to be pushing towards the middle of the board, so Beorn's not going to call with me. He's going in solo. He will, however, have to take a terror test for the...
fearless.
Oh, he's fearless. Just kidding. Just kidding. So in he goes.
Into the Eagle's flappy move. We're going to send this Eagle. He's going to potentially abandon his friend, because that's what Manwe wills, and he will fly over there. We've got an Eagle who is...
They're 12 inches apart, so you should be able to...
Yeah, just in to see if this is an egg that is in need of
Drum
protection.
roll.
It is!
the
There
egg!
it is. There it is. We'll just stick that on his base. Well, finding the egg is good, but we've still got other points left on the board, as it were, Ben. So I think we're going to do like so, and like so. The Eagles have flown free once more over to the bears.
This Beorning is going to run over here. He's going to reveal that this is in fact not the heirloom. Let's get that off the table. And we'll do the same thing over here with this one. Well, we have one shot, one opportunity with this Beorning behind the house. He'll be shooting at this Great Eagle. He will have an in the way for the fence. He will hit. His in the way will go through the fence. Defense 8 of the Great Eagle, strength 4 bow, I believe is just 6s, Sam, which is a 5. No wound there. And with that, into combat phase.
It is my priority. Do you have any heroic actions you wish to call?
Yeah, I am going to declare a heroic combat with Beorn the Bear.
Okay. Well, I have no might in combat, and there's no point in calling a defense with Gwaihir, so we'll be straight into that heroic combat.
All right, here is Beorn. He has got the 6. And here are his strikes on the Eagle. You are defense 8. I am strength 8, so I need 4s here. There are 2 wounds.
Okay.
One of those went off the table, so we'll just roll it again. There are 2 wounds, and we do have a Beorning in there with us who needs 5s to wound you. So we're looking for 1 5 here, and there we go. Phew.
All right, next combat.
Beorn all over again. Beorn is on a 5, and the Beorning is on a 5.
The Eagle gets the 6.
I'm going to save Beorn's last point of might here, I think.
Sure. I'll do the first strike at that Beorning.
Yep.
And do 1 wound. I'll do the second strike at the Beorning and kill it. Could have used that first. And then the final strike at Beorn, looking for 5s, 2 wounds.
Just 1 dice though, because I'm not knocked over.
Oh, sure. 1 wound.
1 wound. All right. We'll take our bear save, which will fail, and a point of fate. The fate curse continues, Sam. The second point of fate here, and there we go. All right. Beorn unscathed, but down to 1 point of fate.
And that, I believe, is all the combats for the turn. We'll be back with another priority. Into priority for another turn. The Eagles have a 4.
Bears have got a 3.
The Eagles will be keeping priority.
Well, the question is, do I have range over here?
Did this in a little bit of a wrong order. This should have been rolled before priority. Let's see if it matters. It does. I'm transfixed. I'm still taking priority because I don't think it really matters.
I forgot this last turn. My Ursine Fury rule is not coming into effect this turn.
I believe you roll 1 for each bear.
One for each bear. The other one, we're good. No Ursine Fury.
Well, Ben, any heroic actions from you?
Is Beorn? I guess Beorn is spending his last point of might for a move. I think, Sam. Not sure whether it's the right call or the wrong call, but that's what we're doing.
Okay. Sure, you can have it.
Alrighty. So yeah, we get the 2 Beornings, and let's just do it. Let's go. You've got priority. I'm out of charge range. I don't really see any reason not to go into the 2 because you could just put it in anyway.
Alas, the nature of this army is showing itself. I want to charge stuff, but there's no point really in charging. I guess we'll take this eagle. We'll take a courage test and charge into Beorn. I think it's sort of the only thing I've got to do. He passes, so he's just going to pop in there. And my other eagle is transfixed, so that will be my movement over to Ben's movement.
Well, Beorn would love to charge this eagle, Grimbeorn even, would love to charge this eagle, but he does not have quite enough movement to clear that fence. So he is going to come all the way over here and glower menacingly at the eagle. That is the end of the Beorning's movement phase.
Okay, starting it off, let's do this one eagle who was charged by 2 Beornings.
Beornings have a 6.
The eagle has a 3.
Okay, we are looking for 5s here to put some hurting on this bird. How about nothing? Yahtzee roll though, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll take it. Okay, and then into the final combat of the turn. It's a big one then, which is Gwaihir, 2 Great Eagles versus Beorn. Beorn was out of might, and Gwaihir doesn't have strike, so we're just looking for some straight dice, and we're tied fight. So I believe Gwaihir has 3 attacks. He gets the 6.
Okay, doesn't even need his friends. Well, Beorn has rolled a 5, so the fight will go to you.
So I have 1 Great Eagle who charged, who gets the monstrous charge special rule. So he gets an additional attack. I don't knock you to the ground, but I do go to strength 7. So looking for 5s. 1 wound from him.
Okie dokie.
Gwaihir's 3 attacks. I'm going to just check that.
Yeah, he is.
90, yeah.
He is. He maintained points value and got more attacks.
Strength 6 against defense 8 is 5s as well.
Yep.
2 wounds from Gwaihir.
All right, all right.
And then hit the final eagle, looking for the same thing, a pair of 1s. So we've got a total of 3 wounds, Ben.
All right, I have 3 bear saves to make. Here they come. Nope. And then I have 1 point of fate left to spend. So I need to pass this fate roll to not die here. Off the table. It is a 2.
Oh, well. Unfortunate with the fate there on Beorn. But unfortunately, my relic carrier is looking in a little bit of a dicey spot, so we'll be back with a priority. Another turn, another priority. The Eagles have a 4.
The Beornings have a 4.
Oh, I could have used that one. I needed to make you burn some might.
Yeah, big priority there. Happy to have it. So, Sam, do you want to declare any heroics?
I think Gwaihir is going to call a move.
Makes sense. Well, the easy stuff first. Left behind by the flappy birds. These guys are running for vengeance.
into the combat phase where Ben has priority. I have decided, I've hummed and heard about calling a combat with Gwaihir, whether to get closer to Grimbeorn or dive some more Beornings, but I've decided I probably need that might to help fight Grimbeorn, as he will probably kill my heirloom carrier.
So, in the name of killing your heirloom carrier, I think I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to spend a point of might, and I'm going to strike, just so that there is no fewer ifs, ands, or buts about losing potentially to that eagle on a dicey roll-off.
Makes sense to me, Ben. Well, you have priority. Where would you like to go first?
We're going to do this 2-on-1, because I have you trapped right now. You did charge.
I am on a 5.
All right, all right. The Beornings are also on a 5. Unfortunate.
And then Gwaihir against 1.
All right.
Gwaihir's on the 6.
Fistful of 6s. 2 6s there.
I think he's just going to barge you.
All right.
I think that makes sense.
Sure, because you could even get into 2.
Yeah, that was the... So he'll go there. Gwaihir follows up enough to do this.
Nice.
Okay, Gwaihir again against 2 Beornings. Gwaihir's on the 6.
Ruthless.
The first strikes aren't going to do anything. The second 2 will kill 1, and then I have 2 more. So 4 total dice for 1 wound on that Beorning.
Gonna make me get out a wound marker. I see how it is. And a prone token. Jeez.
Well, we don't need to see the strike, Ben, because you go to at least 8, which is higher than me.
So, Grimbeorn has rolled the 6.
Are you... Yeah, you're higher than strength 6, so you will knock me prone.
All right, and I am strength 8 still on Grimbeorn, so I need 4s here to kill the eagle. Let's see some 4s.
Yep.
That is enough.
Just enough, noted. Oh, that was 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunate to have rolled that 1. That would, a turn ago, being not transfixed would have been the way to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge in this game, actually, I would say that 1 was.
Yeah. Well, we'll be back with a priority. Another priority, but
before priority, is Grimbeorn going to be moving this turn? He is not transfixed.
He will move. Okay, priority. Well, I've rolled the 6.
I have a 5.
I will take priority.
All right, before any heroics are declared, I will roll my Ursine Fury. Not that it will matter. It gets a 5, so it doesn't go off anyway.
All right, well, you have no might over where it matters, so I assume you're not calling anything.
Nope.
And with that, the eagle's movement is complete. Over to the Beornings.
This wounded warrior on the ground will be taking a courage test to see if he can charge Gwaihir. He can stand up, and he can charge Gwaihir, the not-so-windlord, apparently.
Into the combat phase, Ben. I have priority, so let's start with this eagle fighting 2.
Okie dokie, here come the bears. We have a 4.
I have a 6. And then let's do Gwaihir against 2 Beornings.
All right, guys.
Gwaihir is on the 6.
Ruthless.
First strike will be against the injured one, and we'll kill you. And I have 1 more strike after this. Ooh!
One more strike possibly needed.
Yeah, got it on the final strike.
All right, with that, the Beornings are broken, but not yet quartered.
Close.
Close to quartered. Close to quartered. Because not quite there.
We will be, thus we will be back with another turn of priority. Well, here we are, back in the eagle's nest, and due to some poor math, sort of, realized the game is actually over. I killed 1 too many Beornings. If I should have, the eagle that was fighting 2, I should have just barged with him, sent 2 away, not kill. Anyway, so I left exactly 3. Ben was quartered at 3. So there we have it. The game is over. Kind of an interesting one.
Yeah.
You can see the state of affairs. If you look to the west, there are 2 noble eagles of messengers of Manwe have been killed, and a fair number of upstart mortal hybrids.
Yeah, we've taken 10 Beorning casualties, and of course Beorn himself taking the long hibernation.
All right, well, we'll be back to look at our smiling faces and talk about this game and go over how it all ended up. Whew, and we're back. We're back, Ben. We are back.
Yes, we are back. We've said it a few times. We're back after the game. The game is over, and we're back.
Yes, yeah. So
right, enough of that bit.
An interesting game that was. I don't know. Let's go over. So how did it end up? Let's do that first, and then we can talk about our thoughts, feelings,
Sure.
and other.
So the Beornings scored 8 points for having Grimbeorn holding the heirloom. He gets to have his breakfast sandwich after all. And then I got 3 points for flipping over heirlooms afterwards. It seems a little odd to me that you can get victory points off of the relics for flipping them over after the heirloom has been uncovered, but it doesn't say you can't. So we played it through rules as written. We'll see if there's an FAQ about that later.
I think I'm fine with it because otherwise you find it on the first go and you're like, well, now it sets the maximum points is essentially not 20 if you remove them.
Yeah, that's true. So,
and so you got 3 for that, so that put you at 11.
Correct.
And I broke you without being broken for 3. I also flipped 3 relics, and I killed Beorn, so I had a total of 8.
So victory for the Beornings. We get to have our hibernation breakfast after all.
Yeah, so 11 to 8 victory. So in that sense as well, like, you know, had those then disappeared, it would have been 9 to 8, which you still would have won.
But it would have been
much closer. So to talk about the game, I guess the biggest swing point in this entire game was
for sure
getting transfixed on that one.
Yeah.
I could and should have played it smarter, you know, like I was talking to Ben afterwards, basically I did not particularly enjoy playing the Eagles. It was fun to kill stuff, but it's a pretty boring army. You play in 2 turns of the game, basically. You got to move and you got combat, and they're great in combat. But, you know, this game I should have, you know, moved Great Eagle, found relic, or not. Moved another Great Eagle, found another relic, or not. And then as soon as I find the relic, Gwaihir just goes and sits next to that eagle.
Yep.
So even in a situation like what happened where you were transfixed, where I was transfixed, you couldn't reach me that turn. It was just the next turn I think you won priority, but you would have had to call a move. Or if Gwaihir was right there, then he uses his screech for the turn, buys me another turn to not be transfixed by the heirloom, and then jet out or call a move or whatever it is.
Yeah. As it was, I think the turn you were transfixed, you were also dealing with Beorn in the face. I think I called a move with Beorn and charged into Gwaihir. So you were like 2 turns away from the relic bearer, and then you turned around and just killed Beorn, which is, you know, good for you, but it did give me another turn to get the relic bearer. Yeah,
and it just, as much as anything, it just, you know, makes for a more interesting game, I think, you know. But again, it's a as an army to play, it's kind of, given that you have one trick, one tool, and that's Gwaihir. And the Great Eagle's movement 12 is fantastic. Monstrous Charge is great. Like they are absolutely awesome, but
a bit boring.
Fairly boring.
Yeah.
And just not overly fun. Like I lost
2.
Like 3 fights. No, 2. Yeah, it was the one against Beorn, and then I lost about 3 or 4, I think, in total across the whole game.
Sure. I thought you were talking casualties taken.
No, yeah, casualties taken. I lost 2, but I only lost like not 2 fights because I was just rolling a lot of 6s. So, how do you feel about the Beornings? We played them a fair amount in the previous edition. This is the first time we've seen them on the table.
I don't think they feel quite as strong. The auto transform into a bear is really nice, but we got that in the Legendary Legion. Monstrous Charge is nice, but we got that. They feel like the Legendary Legion from last edition, although the bear save's just a straight 6 rather than a 5 now. But
it was FAQ'd to a 6 for like 90%. Of
gotcha.
The
I couldn't remember if it was a 4 into a 5. It was a 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think they feel pretty much the same, if I'm honest. I don't know that this was necessarily a great snapshot of what they can do. It is interesting playing them against the Eagles because, I mean, Sam won all the fights, right? He rolled a lot of 6s, but, you know, 2 Beornings into an Eagle, the Eagle does have to stress a little bit if you flub that roll. So, you know, that's what we were hoping would be interesting.
Yeah, anyway. I mean, even an Eagle charging into 2 Beornings, you still have more dice than I do in the fight. I just was rolling. I was rolling well. Yeah, so, yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think they're probably still very good, but I think a lot of other stuff is also improved. They're, you know, Grimbeorn only being fight 7 is way more of a detriment than it was in the previous edition. You know, Aragorn's on the tie with him. Aragorn's got Mighty Hero for strike, or even if he doesn't, he's got Elven Blades. You know, there's
I think if I'm thinking about it, I think like if you look at them on paper, they seem really strong, but then if you look at them held up against the list of available missions that they could be playing into, I think that's where they sort of start to struggle because they're not a super maneuverable army. They can't spread out a lot. And a lot of the missions right now seem to encourage you to break up your forces, at least somewhat, which I think the Bears probably struggle with.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of okay separating Beorn and Grimbeorn. You put them with their 5 dudes. You've got a banner there as well. You're cutting through. I think there being more banner missions is a detriment for them as well, for sure.
For sure.
And you're right, they are not particularly maneuverable, not having access to march or cavalry. Bear cavalry, that's what we need next.
Bear cavalry.
Well, we've sort of chatted about this, trying to add a few more minutes to the end of this video to make it look like it's a longer one than it is. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It was a good time making it, even if I didn't love the army I was playing. It was still a blast. And we will be back with another battle report soon.